Hey guys, so for today's video, I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial, which I haven't done one in so long. I saw some requests on my Instagram that I should do the look that I wore to the Streamy Awards, which I thought was a really good idea because I normally don't, I either wear like no makeup at all or like a very minimal amount of makeup, and it was like a full glam look. I have all the same products here that I used, brushes, everything, so you can just either know how to recreate the look or just have fun watching me do it. By the way, don't mind this, I have a little battle wound. I wish I had a cool backstory for it, but I just burnt my hand with a curling iron. So first, I'm going to start off with moisturizer. This is by far, you guys know I've tried so many, by very far my favorite moisturizer ever. This is the Fresh Vitamin Nectar Moisture Glow Face Cream, but as you can see, like I cleaned the jar. So instead, I'm going to be using my Farsali oil. This is the Rose Gold Elixir 24 karat gold infused beauty oil. It's just like a facial oil, but it has like little flecks of gold in it, which is pretty cool. I have really dry skin, so obviously you can like skip this part if you have like super oily skin, but I kind of need to moisturize my face before I do my makeup. Also, I'm just putting some eye cream on. This is also from Fresh. This is the Lotus Youth Preserve Cream. My under eyes get so dry and crusty, like it will actually like absorb my concealer throughout the day. It's really weird, but I've just noticed putting eye cream on first helps. So if you have that problem too, highly suggest getting like a nice moisturizing eye cream and putting it on first. Now I'm gonna use some face primer. I normally like always forget face primer, but because it was like an event, I really wanted my makeup to stay on all day long. This one's actually my mom's, so I just kind of stole it from her. This is the Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer Base. I'm just gonna apply this all over my face. This is just gonna help my makeup to stay on longer. Now for the foundation, okay, now this is the first time I've ever done this where I'm mixing three things together. Typically I wouldn't do that, I'd just use one foundation because I do have like a favorite that is everything that I like, but sadly I didn't bring it with me, so I just mixed these three things together. Also, at the time I did have some fake tanner on, which obviously, as you can see me blending into the curtains, it has come off now, but I did have this stuff on. It's like a body glow and it gives a little bit of color, so I'm gonna put some of this all over my chest. I mixed these three things together. These are a little bit more like pricey products. You obviously don't have to use these exact ones, just use whatever foundation you have that works. I brought this one to use, which is the Chanel Aqua Tint, but it has no glow in it, so the lady at the store actually told me when I bought it to mix it with this, which I already had. This is the sheer illuminating fluid from Chanel, so I just sort of like mixed this in there for glow, and then last minute I noticed it was a little bit too light, so I added like 1 or 2 drops of my Nude Air from Dior. Of course, if you already have a foundation that you personally like and it's your color, of course use that. So I'm just gonna kind of like mix it all on the back of my hand, which I feel like that's a bad idea, but I'm gonna do it anyways. And then just put some on. Sometimes I like to have fun with it and paint little, it's like face painting. I really personally just like using flat top brushes. I like the way it makes my skin look. This one is from Becca, but you guys know that I normally use the e.l.f. one, but it broke while I was in Cali, so this is just like my backup one. This probably is like way too dark for my skin, but we're gonna put some of that glowy stuff all over our chest. So you can, my neck is like ombre from like darker to lighter. But I'm gonna take my Natasha Denona Glow. I'm just gonna put some of it on my thing, just to sort of even it all out. And look at that glow it gives. It almost is like a highlighter on your chest. Next, I'm gonna move on to concealer. I personally just normally don't wear that much. I don't have many problem areas, and I don't have really, really dark under eyes, but you can normally see a little bit of my tiredness. What I do for concealer is I just put like a little bit on the tip of my finger, and then I'll just like lightly pat it only where I need it, just because I want to use as little product as possible, because when you build up like a lot of product, that's when it starts to look cakey and gross. And then I set it with powder. I use the Laura Mercier. This is like the only powder I've used. I've transferred from the YSL one that I used to use to now I only use this one. I just sort of like pack it onto my under eyes. Okay, intermission. Sorry, I'm back. Of course, if anywhere else on your face gets greasy, I'd recommend powdering that area too. But there is no grease anywhere on my face. It is the complete opposite, so I can't really powder anywhere else except my concealer. So now I'm gonna move on to bronzer. I'm gonna use the Marc Jacobs Omega Bronze Coconut Perfecting Tan. This brush I've been loving for bronzing. It's the Smashbox Buildable Cheek Brush, and I just kind of swirl that around in there, and then just go in at it. I kind of just follow like a line from like this little nubby part on your ear to like the corner of your mouth. I also bring it across my forehead and then down into this region of the dome, like by your hairline. Some people do that. I never do that. Does that help in any sort of way? Sometimes I'll go in like a little circular, why can I not speak English? Circular motions like that. I don't know why, just because it's fun. And then also I like to use this Mammoth brush. I've used this in a couple of makeup tutorials before. This is from Marc Jacobs. They sent it to me with this. And so I'll just like bring it on in there and bring it on in here. So yeah, I'll put this. It sort of gives like a more wider range of bronze just so that it like blends out more evenly. Just sort of sweep it over all of the same areas. We're Gucci, so now what I do is I clean it up. I'll take my concealer right underneath there. That was a terrible line. But I just make like a little line, and then I'll take a brush and just sort of like blend that down. And now it's gonna look really like sharp and precise, which isn't cute either. So now what I'm gonna do is go back with this brush with no added product on it and just sort of like blend together. So it's more clean than before, but like not as clean as it is now. I don't know, does that make any sense? I'm not a professional makeup artist, guys. This is just how I do my makeup. Last thing that I do for bronzer is I'll take my little fluffy crease eyeshadow brush and I'll go right under my lip. This just sort of adds like a fake shadow under your bottom lip to make your lips appear bigger. My mom taught me that. So now moving on to highlighter, the Lara Geller one is the one that I use. I love this Lara Geller highlighter in Gilded Honey. This is one of my favorite powder ones. I'm gonna use this little highlighting brush from Sephora. I forgot to do this, but normally after I'm done like the concealer and the powdering, I'll spray my face with a face mist. This one is the MAC Mineralized Charge Water Skin Hydrating Mist. It's not my favorite, but I do really like it. They sent it to me and I've just been like using it. My favorite one is still the Soap and Glory one. I really like that one. This one's really nice too. It has a very powerful spray. I really like the spray of it. I'll put some on my chest too. So then I spray my highlighting brush a little bit because I really like it to like soak up the product a lot better. So I'll put this on my cheekbones. I bring it down the center of my nose with the brush, but then I'll take my finger and do it on the tip of my nose just because I like it to be like really concentrated right there. And then I'll also get my Cupid's bow with my finger. Next, we're gonna move on to my eyebrows. Thank God my eyebrow routine has changed. Do you guys remember how I used to do my eyebrows? I used to fill them in so thickly. I feel like I have trauma from how bad my eyebrows used to be that I like don't really do anything to them now. I have this clear Anastasia brow gel. I just sort of like brush all the hairs up. Normally that's all I do with my eyebrows, like that's completely it. But because it was an event, I wanted them to look a little bit more groomed. I have the Dior Show Brow Styler pencil. I just make like one little line underneath the bottom of my eyebrow. And then I take this spoolie brush and I just blend it. I just blend it out so that it's not like a precise line. One thin line all the way down. Like that's it. You see the one thin line and then I just blend it out. It pretty much does not that much. Then I'm gonna add some of my glossier Boy Brow. This is like a tinted brow gel. I add barely any. Okay, we're back. So yeah, I kind of don't really do that much to my eyebrows. It's a lot of effort to get pretty much not a very different result. But yeah, it helps just like the littlest tiny bit. One more brown to that, just cause. Now we're done with the face. I'm gonna move on to my eyes. I'm gonna use the Tartelette In the Bloom palette from Tarte. This is definitely one of my faves, and look how tragic that is. Look how tragic that is! I broke the mirror when I was traveling to California. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little fluffy crease brush. This one's from Sigma. This is the E40 tapered brush. This is like the exact same color as the bronzer that I used. So I'm going to take a little bit of that. I'm going to put it in my crease, just like back and forth regular motion. And I'm going to drag it underneath my bottom lash line, but then follow straight up to the end of my eyebrow here. So it's going to sort of create this like triangular end to my eyeshadow. That looks fine. This can get very messy. For some reason, I managed to keep that pretty clean. But if you're more messier like I normally am, you can easily just clean it up with concealer. Ow. Then I'm going to take a little bit of a darker color to add some dimension. I'm going to use Rebel. Can you see it right there? Rebel. This one's like a more like rustier red color. I'm going to pack that in the outer corner and also sweep that underneath my bottom lash line. Are we starting to look crazy yet? Definitely, but don't worry, it gets better. For some reason, when you put on the mascara, it pulls everything together and it looks like 10 times less weird. This palette actually has a really nice shimmer. It's called Funny Girl. I'm going to pack that on the lid where there's no shadow. Also, I'm going to put that on the inner corner and then drag it down to the front part of my bottom lash line. So now I'm going to move on to lashes. I didn't wear any fake lashes. I just had mascara. I used the Benefit Roller Lash. This has been like my favorite mascara lately. But I also wore the Chanel lash primer first. It seriously doubles the size of your lashes. Put it on both my top and my bottom lashes, and then I just do like my regular mascara on top of it. So now I'm just gonna put my regular mascara on top. So that's what it looks like. One eye with mascara, one eye without mascara. I very much excessively spray this. You don't need to spray as much as I do. Last but not least, lips. I picked up a Natasha Denona lip liner while I was there because I was like, holy crap, I forgot to bring a lip liner with me. So this is in the color L5. It doesn't have a name, but it's just L5. It's just a nude one. And then this is the same lipstick I use. This is MAC A Girl's Got Needs. It's like this matte nude sort of brown lipstick, which I normally don't wear matte, you guys know that. And there we go, that is it. This was my little go-to glam look when I was in California. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you do end up recreating the look, I would love for you to take a selfie, tag me on Instagram, give this video a thumbs up to let me know if I should do more makeup tutorials because I never do that. Also make sure to subscribe. I post videos every single Tuesday and every Friday. All of my links will be in the description, my Instagram, my Snapchat, my Twitter, all of that will be down there. And I'll link all the products for you guys. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Mwah.